Hi, I'm Emily, and I've got a few nice stretches for you, particularly if you are spending long hours in a similar position. Perhaps you have to be at a desk. And I want you to take this opportunity to prioritize yourself. So thank you very much for tuning in. Let's get started. So we're just going to mobilize a little bit through the spine. If you can sit with your legs crossed, this is a nice one to begin with. You gently roll through the pelvis in circles. Perhaps you're going to go 3 times in one direction and then 3 times in another. So this gentle rolling, you're both extending and flexing gently all the way along the vertebra of the spine. So bring your shoulders into it, let them direct where you're going. You need to obviously use your arms as well. Keep nice and active through there, lovely. And then I'd like you to sort of really slump back. So really let yourself sit back into your sit bones. Hold on to your knees to stop yourself from really falling backwards. But sense that feeling of being really rounded through your spine. And then let all the breath just come out of you. Perhaps let the tongue come out and just say, lovely. When you inhale, hold on to the knees and draw the chest through the arms. Really scoop your body forwards. Look up. So I like to think about those like models, those busts on the front of ships here. Really proud. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. Really feel the breath. And then as you exhale again, stick the tongue out and round through. Inhale through the nose. One more time. And exhale. Great. Let's just loosen up through the shoulders. Pop the palms on your shoulders and roll back 3 times. And then roll the elbows forwards 3 times. You should be feeling a nice increase in the range of motion in the shoulders here. Okay, that's probably good for you. I'd say a lot of tension is held in the shoulders without us noticing. Maybe wriggle it out a little bit. So we're going to get into the neck a little bit now as well. So just test by looking left and right how your neck is feeling today. Then extend your left palm out to the side and inhale, draw your right arm up and see if it's comfortable to look towards your right armpit. Inhale and lengthen through the waist, and then exhale, turn the gaze down towards the palm on the left hand side. Inhale now, turn up and look up. Exhale, release the arm and release the gaze. One more time this side. Inhale, turn up, gaze up, look up. And exhale, down. Inhale, draw yourself up to sitting. And then wrap your right palm over towards your left ear and heavy your head down towards your right side. So your left shoulder is heavying down towards the ground, and you can bring your left palm in to slightly massage through the neck any areas that are quite tense and stiff. So these areas can become quite numb. See if you can introduce a bit of sensation through those areas. Relax that shoulder back down again and see if there's a little bit more space now to breathe into. You can also tilt your chin, and that will get you into different areas. You may feel just behind the jaw, just behind the ear, there's quite a lot of tension. Relax your mouth, relax the tongue. Heavy the left shoulder down. Then with your right palm, come around your head and find your right ear. Let the weight of your head rest in that right palm as you draw your neck back upright, and perhaps you're going to draw a couple of circles in the air with your nose. Keep your mouth lightly open here. One way and then the other, just to really mobilize through the space that you're creating. Keep increasing the range of movement. Extend now the right palm out to the side. and put some weight through it. And then inhale, draw the left arm up so you look up towards your left armpit or fingertips as you inhale. And as you exhale, take the gaze down towards your right palm. Inhale, look up. Heavy down through your left hip. Exhale, look down so that you can really feel that strength and length through your whole left side. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Come back upright, and then we're going to take the neck in the opposite direction. So the left palm comes over the right ear, and your head heavies down towards the left side. You can extend your right hand out, and then bring, once you find those spots of tension, depletion, perhaps dehydration, just encourage a little bit of lubrication, a bit of movement with some circular massage movements gently through the fingertips. Maybe from behind the ear, taking it down. See if you can dissipate some of that tension. Come to your breath. Lovely. Extend your right arm back out again. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. So at the bottom of that exhalation, just release the left palm, take it over to the left ear, heavy the head into the left palm, and then let the left palm lift your head back up. So this time you may want to look up and down. And maybe left and right. Again, you want to get into the full range of motion with your neck. Don't let it freeze, don't let it halt, don't let it stop. Ooh, gorgeous. So move however feels good for you, just for a few moments. Lovely. Then we're going to do this whole ripple effect a little bit more with our spine. So come onto hands and knees now. Place the palms underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Let the belly drop to the ground, and already you see a dip in my spine. Inhale. And look up and sense as if you're drawing the chest through your arms. Look up to where the ceiling of the wall meets. And then exhale, roll your spine. So start from the tailbone and take the gaze between the legs or maybe to the navel and create an angry cat sort of feeling here. Inhale, roll the shoulders away from the ears. Let the belly drop down and perhaps the ribs come a little bit through the arms as you take the gaze up. Exhale and round once again. Sink the hips back towards the heels and extend the arms out. So your knees can be mat width here or together, whichever you prefer. Just keep the gaze lifted and the arms active. Inhale from the armpits to the fingertips. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Walk the palms back towards you so that you can sit up and tuck the toes. Sit back on the toes. Ooh, it's getting in there, isn't it? Inhale and draw the arms up. And exhale, make a cross in front of you so that your left arm is underneath your right. Cross at the elbows and then draw the elbows up. And see if you can wrap around at your wrists and then at your palms. Inhale and draw the elbows up. Draw the navel in. See if you can draw your shoulders over your hips. If it gets too heavy on your toes, you can always untuck your toe. Exhale, draw the shoulders away. Inhale, breathe into the back. Exhale. Inhale, lift the elbows up one more time. And then exhale, draw your elbows, your arms into your navel and roll forwards. Have a couple of breaths here. And enjoy the space in the back. The base of your next exhalation, inhale and draw up and release the arms and span them like cactuses out to the side. Inhale and draw your arms back. And exhale, draw them together. Again, you can come off your toes at any time. Inhale, draw your arms back. Exhale, together. Draw your arms wide once again, and this time we're going to take the right, I'm going to come off my toes now, I'm going to take the right hand underneath the left, fold at the arms, wrap around at the wrists, inhale, draw the elbows up, exhale, draw the shoulders down and draw the navel in. Inhale, navel in, elbows just lift a little more. Exhale, shoulders roll down away from the ears. Inhale, lift a little bit more. And then exhale, roll forwards. Enjoy the ripple sensation in the spine. And in this little roll down position, inhale into the back body and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, come up. Release the arms, let them draw back, this time nice and straight. Fill the chest and draw it forwards. And then exhale, draw the arms forwards, place the palms back on the mat. And we're going to stretch into downward facing dog. So stretch one leg, lift the hips, then the other underneath you. Feet want to be hip width apart. Palms spread, navel's drawing in. Tuck your lower ribs in so your belly is not draping down and collapsing. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Come up onto the toes and massage again through the toes. And then lower your heels down gently as if they'll come to the mat. It's okay if they do, it's okay if they don't. And perhaps bend through your legs, left and right slightly. And we're going to come into a sort of three-legged dog. So place your pressure on your right leg. Bend your left leg up towards you. And then inhale, just lift that leg up nice and high. And I want you to feel openness in the hips. So it doesn't matter how high your hip goes, you kick it up and back. But I want you to feel openness, and it can increase that if you bend at the knee, the lifted leg, and let that foot fall towards the opposite hip. Take your gaze underneath your left armpit. Come back to your breath. Maybe draw a few circles if your knee is bent. Into the hip. Lovely. And then come back to the center. And we'll repeat that on the opposite side. So lift the right leg up nice and high. Gaze underneath the right armpit. Bend to the right knee if you like. Draw a couple of circles with your right knee if you like. Oh, lovely. Bring the hips back parallel. Place both feet on the mat. And then gradually take your gaze to the front. Engage your navel. And walk into a soft forward fold. So you can have your knees bent or straight. It's okay, doesn't matter which. Just want you to draw some little semicircles as if you're drawing in the sand. Left and right. Come back to the center. Then interlace your fingers behind your back. Draw your wrists together and straighten the arms. So it's as if your fist is going to touch the floor in front of your head. Feel the release through the shoulder girdle. Bring weights evenly into your feet. So practice bringing the weight forward into the toes, then backwards into the heels, and then find somewhere in the middle that feels good. Breathing deeply. Constantly remind ourselves that we're here and now. And what came before has gone, and we need to let go of it and release expectations of what's to come. Here and now, is what we focus on. Release the arms now. Whew, perhaps swing them a little bit to get rid of any tension that built up in them. And maybe also just slightly massage down the backs of the legs to release any tension that's built up in the legs. Bend the knees and inhale the arms forwards and sit back into an imaginary chair. And then count down 5 as you sit down onto the floor gently. 3, 2, 1. Lovely. Draw the knees into the chest and then take a hold of your toes with your fingers, or you can hold behind your legs or behind your knees. And then we're going to push with the heels, push away and lengthen through the legs. So take the gaze upright. So you can be holding here. You can hold opposite elbow underneath the legs. Just you're sitting on part of your sit bones. It's keeping you stable. Perhaps you can point and flex the feet a little bit. Draw circles one way and the other to relax through those knees, and then relax through the ankles, and then draw the knees in towards you once again. Check behind you that you've got some space. I'm just going to move forward a little bit, and we're going to rock and roll along the spine. So you may feel there's areas where your spine jumps. You need to tune into those areas and see if you can get those areas to roll along the floor like the rest of your spine. So this is causing some nice lubrication in the vertebra, which sadly as we age is more and more challenging to achieve. Finally, I want you to come down onto your backs and allow the arms out to the side. Place the soles of the feet on the floor and windscreen wipe the legs left and right. So a little bit of rotation now through the spine, initiated from the lumbar spine. So that's the most challenging part of the spine to move. So enjoy this, and also the massaging sensation in the pelvis and the hips. Then let the soles of the feet come together and the knees fall apart. So you are in Supta Baddha Konasana. Just lift up your hips. You can create little fists underneath your buttocks, and then that lifts your hips and releases them a little bit further. So it might feel like that releases some of the tension in your hips, and your knees can hang, let gravity do its thing. Fists is too much, you can come onto palms. If you're quite open in the hips anywhere, you can release underneath, place the palms on top of the thighs and allow that heaviness into the thighs to sink you into the mat. A couple more breaths here. Perhaps lift up the shoulders, place them a little further down the mat. And then take your hands to the outer edges of the thighs and draw the knees together. Cross your right ankle over your left knee and press your right knee away from you. So you're trying to create a sort of flat triangle with your legs. Take your right hand in between that triangle, lift up your left leg and place your right hand, interlace it with your left hand behind your left thigh. Relax your left leg back again. It's not going to go back to the floor, but just relax that left leg. Inhale and push the tailbone into the mat. Fill the belly with breath. Exhale, bend at the elbows and draw the legs towards you. Do you enjoy that? Because that is releasing through your hips. If you're sitting down a lot, this is for you. So rotate through the ankles now. Again, draw some little circles left and right. Inhale, pin the navel into the ground. Fill the belly with breath and exhale, draw a little closer. So if you're really active through your elbows, this is the bit that's putting the mechanical element into this posture. So that's what's drawing your legs closer towards you. Release, draw the knees in towards the chest, have a bit of symmetry. And then repeat on the opposite side. So this time the left ankle goes over the right knee. push the left knee away from you so that you're creating a flatter triangle. Extend the left arm in between the triangle, lift up the right leg, interlace the fingers in the opposite arrangement if you can, so opposite thumb on top, behind the right thigh, let the right lower leg relax. Inhale, pin your tailbone into the ground, fill the belly with breath. And as you exhale, activate through the elbows and draw this arrangement towards you. So the breath is going out of the lungs. It gives you more space to draw the legs towards you. But as you inhale and you press the tailbone back into the mat and your belly fills with breath, the legs are going to move away from you. That's absolutely fine. And then when you exhale, once again, draw the elbows in towards you, and you can bring those little circles back into the toes so that you lubricate through the ankles one way and then the other way. Keep pushing that left knee away from you. Great. Bring the knees back into the center and extend the arms out to the side. If you don't have enough space, a little tip is to make cactus arms, so bend up at the elbows. And then we're just going to let the knees fall over to the left side and take the gaze over to the right side. Have a moment to rest here. If you want a bit more, you can take hold of your right foot and extend that upper leg away from you. So extend through the heel. Okay, so once you've enjoyed that, you can then draw the knees up to the center and roll over to the opposite direction. So this time the knees go towards the right, and you can perhaps extend the left leg out, extend through the left heel, take hold of the left foot with the right hand. Gaze comes over the left shoulder. Do keep your left shoulder grounding into the mat here. Again, enjoy this twist, okay? It's a nice opportunity for you to release tension that builds in the spine from being in the same position all the time, and let the mat support you here. It's good for that. We're going to draw back up to the center now, so take your gaze upright, bring the knees back together, and then take hold of either your toes, or you can interlace behind your thighs and extend your legs up into the air. So your heels first, not your toes. Draw your toes down towards you and feel the openness in the backs of the legs, and then let the legs draw away from each other into a V shape. And maybe you can rock a little bit left and right and massage through the lumbar spine. A nice deep breath here as we come towards the end of your practice. Come into happy baby pose. So bend the knees together and take hold of the outer edges of the feet. So your arms are on the inside and you wrap your hands around the outer edges of the feet. And then you can rock and roll left and right. Again, massage through the spine. Draw the knees into the chest and then extend out. And from here you can enjoy a nice Shavasana, a corpse posture. So legs about mat width apart, arms out to the side, and simply allow yourselves to melt into the mat. Lower your lids lightly and perhaps take a little moment just to massage from where your eyebrows meet outwards in small circles to release any tension in the brow. Take those small circles to the temples, down to the jaw, along the outside of the gums. So follow the gums through your skin. Relax the tongue in the mouth and let the lips fall open so the arms can come back down by the side. Make sure you haven't just tensed up your eyebrows again. And let your focus come to how you feel. And notice any difference between how you feel now and how you felt at the start of your practice before. And notice how you feel now. And then notice how you feel about what's to come. If you find yourself thinking that you'd rather stay here in the now, I'm glad to tell you that the now is always here. Whether you're lying down in Shavasana or sitting at your desk, this place of relaxation is somewhere that's always within you and accessible. It can just be buried. And one of the brilliant ways of finding it is getting through your layers of attention in the body. So pick and choose any of your favorite practices and just weave them into the routine that you have. A couple of moments where your mind and your breath are completely relaxed and unfocused. Perhaps you feel like you're a parenthesis, a dot, 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 or hovering like a cloud, something like an in-between state. A wonderful place to build readiness and potential. Take the arms out to the side and just roll the neck left and right. Then draw the knees into the chest for one last roll, forwards and back, until you come up to seated. Take a moment to honor the space, the time, and the effort that you put into your practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste.